In my video yesterday, I talked about the importance of branding for your books and gave you the process to start your brand in 4 easy steps. I also mentioned how the education niche is the perfect topic to brand and scale your book business. And I mentioned a new software that launches today that will help you create educational books with ease. Hello home bosses, I'm Nuria Corby from thehomeboss.com. Welcome to my channel. So without further ado, let me reveal what the new software is. It's the Measurement Worksheet Generator. This app comes from the same developers that produced the Counting Worksheets Generator, Time Worksheets Generator, Math Worksheets Generator, and the How to Draw Books Generator, and other puzzle software. So all of these tools can help you create educational books and build and expand your brand. So for those of you who have bought any of the other tools from this company, it's a chance to expand your book offering and create books or worksheets that teach children how to measure. Let's go on Amazon and I'll show you something. So I've typed in measurement work into the Amazon search bar, and you can see that the drop down is coming up with other suggestions, and that's Measurement Workbook Grade 2, Measurement Workbook for Kids, Math Measurement Workbook. So this is stuff that people have typed into Amazon and that people are looking for. So it looks like most searches are going by grade. So grade 2, first grade, second grade, fourth grade. So there's obviously a demand for different grades for this work, but you're also having searches for Measuring Workbook for Kids. So let's click on Measuring Workbook and see what comes up. So here is a very well-known seller, Humble Math, and they've got 100 days of measurement basics. And that book has a BSR of around 20,000, which isn't bad. Then there's another one, Measurement and Geometry Workbook, which is not exactly what we can make, because we want to just create measurement workbooks, and I'll show you what they look like in a minute. There's a guitar scales workshop that's nothing to do with measurement, and there's a geometry and measurement, so they do tend to have geometry included for some reason. There's a measurement workbook grades 4 to 6. Let's have a look. Then there's math skills workbooks, math workbooks. So what I discovered is that there aren't any measurement workbooks in the way that this software can create. They're all kind of put into the geometry section or in the math section, or they are kind of activity books. And to me, what that indicates is that there is a demand for measurement books, measurement worksheets, because when we type that in, obviously people are looking for this. And the reason for that is because to make these kind of books isn't easy. So for independent publishers like us, to make educational books is not always that easy. Yes, you can make them on Canva, but it would be really time consuming to create them on Canva. And also there is that worry that people have now using Canva elements or Canva images. You can get your images from somewhere else, but then there's also the time that you have to spend looking for the right type of images. So creating these type of books for independent publishers isn't easy, and that's why you find that most educational books, and especially most educational brands, are dominated by big publishing companies. So because of that reason, there is a gap in the market to really make dedicated measurement books. But you could, of course, also include these kind of worksheets into a general activity book or into a maths book, like a lot of them have done here. But I find that there aren't that many that just concentrate on measurement. And if we maybe click on a different one, Measurement Workbook for Kids, you can see that the same thing is happening. They're all different types of books, activity books in educational niches, but they're not really that concentrated on measurement, or they're not really niched down to measurement books. And I think that's a shame, because there is definitely a gap in the market here for that, and this is why the developers of this app have now filled that gap, because they could see that people were searching for these kind of books, but there wasn't anybody really filling that demand. Let me show you more details about what this app can do. So let me take you through their sales page and show you what they're saying. They're saying that it's the only 5-in-1 cloud software that helps you create measurement practice workbooks at scale, so you can profit faster in a niche that's untouched by most indie publishers. And that is correct. I have researched that. And it's not really covered by indie publishers. It's mainly big publishing brands, and even they haven't made that many books in this kind of niche. And they're right in saying that you can scale these books. And that is why I think that the education niche is so great for branding, because you can scale your brand, you can grow your brand, you can offer certain types of books and divide them into the different age groups or different skill groups. But then you can also offer different activities and different learning opportunities. So this company brought out the Math Worksheets Generator, and then they brought out the Counting Worksheets Generator, the Time Worksheets Generator as well. So there was an opportunity for your educational brand to grow into other areas. So now they've brought out another one. I love this kind of thing because for my brands, this is a chance to kind of go into a different area. I've created books with the Math Worksheets Generator, and then I kind of expanded by creating different levels within that niche. And the Counting Worksheets Generator was a lot of fun because that helped me create really colorful and really visual books for smaller children, for younger children. But you can also then expand into older age groups and a more advanced skill level, which I didn't do so much. I concentrated on the younger audience, but there's nothing to stop you from tapping into the higher skill set audience. And this is another opportunity for me to now create measuring worksheet books that teach about how to measure things. And it's another one that I really love because I can again focus on younger children. For some reason, I like to focus on the younger kids' books because I think they are just so much more visual. I just enjoy it more to create those type of books, but that is completely up to you. There is a big demand for a higher skill set of these type of books. So this app really lets you create books across the board in all skill sets and all age ranges. So they're saying here that one of their regular requests they have been receiving is to help with an app that would create activity books with a touch of education and a lot of visual elements in the measurements niche. And I really agree with that. I'm one of those people that loves to create activity books, and I really enjoy the visual element of activity books because as a child, I was one of those children that really needed the visual help with things. I found it hard to just read about things and then apply that. That was a very dry way of learning, and I love to teach as well. When I was teaching, I really liked to show things rather than tell things, and I like to use that visual incentive that helps children learn quicker. So this is one of those apps where you can really go to town on the visual content. So I really like this section they have on their sales page because that explains it beautifully. It says that measurement activity workbooks have a big passionate audience that just continues buying. And that is true. I can vouch for that. And it says that kids need to learn measurement concepts and they need to practice them as part of their early education. So given the generic need of the measurement concepts, no wonder that this is a massive opportunity for educational content publishers to tap into. So you can basically sell this on Amazon KDP. You can sell printables on Etsy, on Teachers Pay Teachers, or elsewhere. You can even sell them on your own website. And they also say that the stickiness of this niche is mind-boggling. And that is in line with any early learning niche. So it boils down to creating quality early education measurement practice books that deliver a tremendous amount of value in order to continue selling the books and increasing brand loyalty. And that is because when somebody buys books in this niche or in another niche, but they buy books from your brand and they enjoy them and they like them and they give them to their children to practice, once they have finished one practice book, they will then buy another one. And people like to buy from the same sellers, from a brand that they know, and if they're happy with the book they've bought of you, they will buy from you again. I noticed that that was one of the big secrets, if you want to call it a secret. It's not a secret, but it's one of the things that has really worked for my brand. If you create the type of books that people need to buy more of, so that of course, in the education niche is a given, that it's a logical thing that people will buy more of the kind of books that they've used to educate their children. But it also works for notebooks or for planners, because once you've used one notebook, you need another one. And once you've used a planner and the year comes to an end, you need another planner for the following year. So these are the kind of brands that keep selling because their products are in demand and people like to buy from the same brand. So there's a visual thing on their website here that tells you creating and selling measurement activity workbooks on Amazon KDP and Etsy is simple. Step 1 is to create the measurement worksheets. Step 2 is to repeat the process to create books. So you can sell the worksheets as printables, but you can also turn them into books to sell on Amazon. Then you upload them to KDP. And it says it's simple, but not easy. First of all, if you haven't got this software, you would need a design app, and you would need a design app that you're good at so that you can create these type of things. And I'm telling you now, it's a little bit difficult to do that on Canva or Affinity Publisher or others, or PowerPoint, anything that you use to create your books. To create these type of activity books is not easy. It's doable, but it's not easy. It's very time consuming. I know that because I've tried. And even then it can take weeks. So to create one book, to create a book that is a quality book, will take quite a long time. I've seen books that have been put together really quickly, but it shows in the books. And those kind of books are not really going to sell. You really need to create quality books when it comes to educational niches. And then creating the solutions page is a nightmare, because you can create those workbooks, but the solutions are such an important part. And again, it can be an absolute nightmare to create the solutions. And again, I know that because I have tried. So the other thing to consider is that there is no margin of error. You can't make mistakes with educational books. You really have to make sure that there are no mistakes, no errors, and that your books are accurate. So that is another problem. It's not easy. It can be expensive as well. So if you are not able to create these kind of books, a lot of people outsource them, and that is what the big publishing companies do. They outsource the process, and that can be very expensive. And unless you have a big budget like publishing companies do, it's not something that we can consider easily as an independent publisher. Scaling as an indie publisher is very difficult as well, because you have to go through the whole process again or outsource it, which is expensive. And this is the reason, they say, why you won't find many indie publishers creating measurement activity books on Amazon KDP. And I've researched that, and it's absolutely true. The demand is there, but people are not creating these type of books because of the time it takes, of the cost involved. And it's something big publishing companies have, big creative teams, they have processes, they have big budgets. We don't have all that. So we have to rely on apps that come out and that help us create these kind of things. So now I just want to show you quickly what kind of worksheets you can generate with this software. And here is an example of the type of activities that this can produce. And I absolutely love this. And I think this is such a visual and enjoyable way to teach children about sizes and measurements. So there are different types of activities. For example, you've got big or small, where they have to circle the bigger picture. Then there's another one where they can say which is smaller. And by the way, you have complete control over the text. You can type in any text, and you even have control over the images. And then there's an exercise here to order the items by height. That's another good one. And they would have to write 1, 2, or 3 in order of height. And this just takes me back to my own children when they were little. This was something they learned, and they kept talking about it. And this is why I think I just love making these type of books. And this is kind of geared towards them learning to count as well, because it says, let's see if you can count the cute ducks and kittens and identify which group has more. So this is a really fun exercise. And again, you've got complete control over the text and the images. There's a Christmas activity you can make. And there are pre-mathematic concepts and activities where they have to decide which is tallest and which is shortest, heavy and light, heaviest and light. So you can see the amount of activities that you can create. And never mind all these activities, you can also get them to color in the images afterwards. So that's what I love about these type of books. They just lend themselves to so many things. And on their sales page, you get a breakdown of what is included: long versus short, heavy versus light, big versus small, and so on. And then you get different layout options as well. So here you can see other examples of what you can create. And I think I will make a video showing you the software in action so that you can see how easy it really is. There is a slight learning curve for this, like in any software, but it's very intuitive. And if you've already got the previous apps that this company brought out, then this will be a doddle for you, because it works in exactly the same way. So this will be quite easy then. But if you're new to this kind of software, it really is quite easy, quite intuitive. You do need to learn a little bit how to use it, but it's very simple, and they have plenty of instructional videos. They even do webinars. So if you have bought their software, you get access to webinars, to tutorials that they do live. They even had a coffee chat at one point, which was really fun, and where you can learn about how to make these books and any problems that you have. You could even discuss ideas. You know, there is just so much to these apps that you can use for your publishing business. So these are other functions that the app has, and they offer support. They offer brilliant support. As far as I'm concerned, whenever I've contacted them about something, they have been absolutely fast in replying. They have a dedicated Facebook group where you get instant help. And I just think that this software is amazing for creating these kind of educational books. All of their software, I've got all of them, and they're excellent. You don't have to have all of them, but slowly does it. If you want to start your educational brand, then you just need one of them and you start off. And this one is just fantastic. If you have already got your educational brand, this lets you add so much more to it and really helps you scale your business. And like I said, I will make a video how to use the app, and I will show you the app in action and what kind of ideas I've got about it. And by the time this video goes out, the app will probably be live. It launches, like I said, on the 3rd of November at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So hopefully by the time the video goes out, it will have launched. And I will also make a video on what is included in each part. If you have bought software from this company before, you know that you buy the front end, which is the actual app that makes this work, but then you can buy add-ons to make it even better. So there are options, and you don't have to buy them in order. You can buy the first add-on and not buy the second and buy the third. That is completely up to you. So you can really make this fit your own business, and you might not need all of the add-ons. You might just need one or two. And this way, the app lets you build an overall app with just the elements that you need for your publishing business, because we all publish different things. You might not need the more advanced levels of the app, and that is the beauty of having this model where they let you buy the basic option of the app, but then you can buy add-ons to make it even better. And like I said, I will make a video explaining exactly what the different modules have, so you can see what you can include for your brand, for your publishing business. And I will also offer a bonus for the people who buy this app through my link as a thank you, because I also want you to really be successful in this. Sometimes you buy an app and you use it for a bit, but I really want you to make the most of this. So my bonus offer is, first of all, I'm giving you my mini printables course for free, and I've decided that because I think that is a really good addition for this app. The printables course talks you through how to sell printables on Etsy, but you can also sell them on Teachers Pay Teachers. So I think that was a good bonus to offer for this particular app, because it kind of goes hand in hand. So you can use this app to create printables. But I realized that some of you have already bought my printables course. So I also wanted to offer you another bonus to add to this. So you're getting two bonuses effectively. And the second bonus is a branding guide. So if you ever received one of my bonuses before, you will know that they're jam-packed with information, and this one will be just the same. I will have information in there on what branding actually means for your educational publishing business. It will help you identify your brand identity. It will help you design your brand. I will let you know how to create your Author Central page, what you have to do to grow on social media for your brand. It can help you develop a content strategy as well. And it will also let you know why it's so important to have a landing page or website so that you can build your email list. And it will be full of information on that score. I know I've talked about this before in videos, but this will go into much more detail and actually give you examples, and also what kind of email marketing companies you can use, or a lot of these things will be how you can do it for free as well. And it will include things like checklists for your branding steps so that you know exactly what you have to do next. And we'll also include some worksheets for branding exercises. And I'm thinking I might even create a little workshop around that. It will be a recorded workshop. We'll see about that. I'm not quite sure whether to include that yet. We'll see if that's a good idea. But it will certainly help you to create your educational brand. And that will be a really big help for your software, because you can really get going, and not only can you just make these amazing measurement worksheets with this, but you will be able to create a whole brand around your educational books or your educational printables. So this is all I wanted to let you know today. I wanted to let you know about the launch of this app and how helpful it can be for all of you who are making educational books, or maybe you haven't made educational books and you want to give it a try. It's definitely a niche that you can expand on and that you can have evergreen sales as well. They're not seasonal. Education goes on all year round, and especially now with homeschooling being so popular, this is a really great way to support parents and educators on that journey. So let me know if you have any questions. There will be more videos about this and I will go into more detail. But so far, let me know if you have any questions and I will try and answer them in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.